we see a peculiar drama today written by a Nigerian writer. Are you all ready to listen? Are you all aware of African culture, tribal culture, their way of lifestyle? You might have seen in movies, English movies, their tribal nature and everything differs. Their way of dressing, their eating habits, and their dwelling place, everything differs. There is no par with city life, and it is entirely different from village lifestyle also. So, have you ever got a chance to visualize their lifestyle? So, here we are going to see a beautiful Nigerian culture enriched with so many landscape and so many riches here. But here, even though after they get freedom, here their own people, they form groups and they never find a way to come up again in life. So, are you all ready to listen? Here we go. The drama here we are going to discuss here is about, the title is The Swamp Dwellers, written by Wole Soyinka. First, before we go deeper into drama, what do you mean by swamp? Any ideas, students? Any guesses? What do you mean by swamp? Swamp means a wet grassy area. You might have seen near hill station side, but here only one difference is, mostly it will be covered with water. And it is a highly challenging thing is, you have to maintain the water level and meshy place area mud level. Then only you can gain crops. It is not an easy thing. Even though a student is well versed in agriculture, learning BSc and MSc and PhD in agriculture, those tactics cannot be learned by all. So it is so different. So swamp means, again I repeat you, a wet grassy area with adequate level of water and watery mud inside. Okay. Next, dwellers. What do you mean by dwellers? Dwell means to live. So here we are going to see the life of people who are living in swamp areas and how they struggle and how they overcome and they live there successfully. We cannot say successfully, to some extent they are managing. That's what. Here before that, a short introduction about author. Wole Soyinka. Have you ever heard about him? And right now he is living 90 years and he is a Nigerian writer. And he is born in 1934, novelist, poet, playwright and essayist. He is a versatile genius. So you can imagine those times there were no proper schooling, such things. So a normal person to write this much extent is really unbelievable. And not only that, he has received a national prize in the year 1986. So his remarkable works, Swamp Dwellers, The Lion and the Jewel, and so many things he has written. And right now he is 90 years old. Really amazing. Such a writer with remarkable talent is successfully living right now. A living writer, Wole Soyinka. So in the opening scene of this drama, we are seeing a beautiful couple, but not young couple, old couple, aged nearly 60 years. So the names are all different because Nigerian culture and everything. Here the name is Mercury and Alu. So Mercury is a father and Alu his wife. So they both are so loving and aged couple. They are blessed with twins. And the first twin name is Igwisu and the second one is Auchaik. So the names are very peculiar and it is a little bit hard to remember. And if you go on develop the readability of this drama again and again, then you will find it easier to remember. So Auchaik moves to city. So in the beginning, you can imagine the scene. A village with beautiful landscape setting. There living a happy family. So their twins are there and Auchaik moves to city in order to earn money. So he went to city, nearly 10 years he was there. The only painful thing is he didn't even communicate again with his parents again. So there he got settled and started earning money and became a rich timber merchant. And he was well versed. He never cared about his another twin brother. When what about the aged father and mother? He is living happily there in city. And what happens here is, so many films we have seen, there will be so many superstitious belief in villages, and they will have their own tradition customs to follow. And here the protagonist of this drama is Igwisu, and he wants to develop the village to the next level, and he is struggling hard to try there, and he is struggling hard and doing this and that to make up all the lands fertile and to earn better crops there. But what happens is, unfortunately, flood comes there. Of course, everywhere, all farmer faces this situation, and this time heavy flood, and he cannot overcome the situation. Finally, he loses the money. So, as no other option, he decides to go to city and get the help of his brother Aushik. So, what happens is, before 10 months ago, he moves to city. There, he meets his brother and gets his help. Unfortunately, he betrays him and he loses all the money. And no other option, he again returns back to village. He leaves the city. Here, own brother betrays him and nature did not favor him. And here, the more important character, one more character is Kadi, Kidiye. The name itself is so different, He is actually a serpent priest. What do you mean by serpent? Serpent. Serpent means a snake. So he is literally not serpent priest. He always visualized in front of a showy to the people as he is a big priest. And moreover, he developed some nonsensical formalities like some offerings must be given to God. So something has to be done. And Igwisu was terribly angry. Now I lost everything. I don't have anything to give to serpent god. Now you are asking to follow these rituals and do this and that. And he was terribly angry. And finally, he again left the village. And this time he didn't correspond any communication to his own father and mother. He got fed up with all that. He was a very good son. He earned what some amount he gave to his father and mother and helped them. But because of these mischievous people around him, he got vexed and left the place. And he never communicated back. So, from this, what do we understand is, youngsters who are all with much dreams, they are striving their hard to come up in life and to uplift their native place. But so many mischievous practices and mischievous people around, they form as barriers and they always form obstacle and they never allow them to develop. So finally, he flew away from that place. No other option. He left the place. He left his wife, children and everything. So all sorts of happiness, everything is gone. Now his life is a question mark. Though he is talented and everything, he didn't get a basic foundation to prove himself, and the elders in the native place never helped him in the right way. Instead, they always made him feel low and imposed a lot of practice and some other nonsensical practice on him. So the main themes of this drama is multiculturalism, search for identity, and main thing is difference between the ancient and modern society. So the ancient people are not ready to understand the pain of youngsters today. Only very few respond. But here in the case of Igwisu, nobody understands his pain. And in between, a blind beggar character comes in between. And he is from north side. He says his own story, how he struggled. So what he says is, there he did agriculture. There because of locust, the insect, all crops were destroyed. And finally, he got a different kind of disease and he became blind. So there is one more character there, but whatever may be, one and only thing, the point to be understood is, they need someone to support them and uplift them, then only they can shine better. So the elders in native place, they must give up all these superstitious beliefs and practice. Even right now, so many villagers follow this, and that's why they fed up and they leave the village and move somewhere, and at least for their peace of mind, they move on with all their wife and children, they go away, and finally, later on the villagers vanishes from the map itself. That's what happens. But only one thing they must understand, and they should help them to flourish the native place. So here, multiculturalism, here of course, it was colonized by British. Then after getting independence, they thought of flourishing themselves. But what happens is, they themselves is the reason for the ruining of the their native place. There is no unity, and they never want to give up all these superstitious beliefs. And finally, the last one is search for identity. They never want to give up their identity. First, in the beginning, they were under the British, but later on, they were, after getting independence, and only after that they are thinking about themselves and they want to get an identity there, and they are fighting for it. After getting independence, only they realized that they want a separate identity. So among all these struggles, the people are still fighting. So still fighting within their own country people, within their own village people, within their own town people. So everywhere this happens. Whatever may be, until last, we should never give up at any cost. At least one day they will realize and support us, and it will be a better place for them and for us and our family and for everyone. And thank you for your patient listening.